Good morning, everyone. Just adjusting the screen a little bit. I know I had some trouble yesterday, or the day before, or the day before that, actually. A little bit muggy here. Had a bit of a late night, so I've got up a little bit late today. One of the perks of being your own boss, I guess. Did I say that it was Tania here? I'm not sure. I've just woken up. It's a bit of a gloomy day outside today. Hopefully it'll pick up. So, I wanted to talk today about something that my best friend said to me. And he meant this in the sweetest possible way. And he said to me, Tania, sometimes I wish that you could see yourself through my eyes. And I thought, that was both lovely and really painful to hear. Lovely because it was such a positive thing. It was meant as such a nice comment, as in, you're so awesome and you can't see that. But it was painful because it meant you're so awesome and you can't see that. And it really got me thinking. And the problem is, I thought that I did see myself as others saw me, but my view was quite flawed in that when I thought about what someone else thought of me or how they saw me, I saw only the harsh bits, only the, oh, Tania thinks too much, or, you know, Tanya's always got too much to say, or Tanya's, I don't know, opinionated, or too loud, or, you know, all that stuff. I did not see any of the good. So, although I thought that I saw myself through other people's eyes, it was a very cruel and distorted way, I guess. And it was quite presumptuous, really, of me to think so harshly about the way people think about me. But I guess that reflects more on me. It says more about me as a person that thinks the world is a negative, critical place. And it got me into thinking that if I am so negative and so critical about myself, pulling myself up from my every flaw, I'm doing that to other people as well. I'm holding them to those same high, ridiculous standards that I hold myself to. So it's really a cycle of me not loving myself, me not loving other people because I assume that they won't love me as I am. It's a bit messed up. So the question is, when did I lose this ability to actually see both the good and the bad? To take them both rather than automatically thinking, oh, you know, people will focus on the worst parts of me, just like I did. I guess it was part of my upbringing. I was obviously born of an Asian family, and it's very much achievement driven. It's all about what you do, how you succeed physically in the realm of being, which is a bad thing, really, because you believe that you're only as good as someone else tells you you are. What an awful, awful way to live. You are only as good as somebody else tells you you are. And that's pretty dangerous because you end up being a complete slave. You give away all of your power. And to be honest with you, people really don't care that much. People really don't care that much. We have a tendency to get bogged down in what people think of us, but probably they're busy with their own lives to think about all the things you're doing wrong. But we're still giving away our power. We are still saying to someone else, your opinion of me matters more than my own opinion of myself. And that's pretty messed up. That's pretty messed up. But yeah, that's something that I did a lot. And you know what? I'm still doing it. Hence this post. Do not like this post. Because Facebook encourages that whole belief that we're only as good as someone else thinks we are. How many of you have posted something you thought was really funny, really witty, really clever, really thoughtful, really poignant, only to get no likes and then to go, oh, what did I do wrong? And to feel, I know we hate it, but just to feel that niggling, oh, it's because we're seeking the validation from other people and we're giving them our power. But the worst thing and the most important thing for me to remember is that other people have different values to me. For example, when I was growing up, my family, my parents, you know, very Asian, very Catholic, they believe in achievement, what you do, how people perceive what you do. Whereas that's very different to me. I just want to be secure and comfortable knowing that I've made the right decision. You know, whether other people see that decision or I see that decision, because, you know, one thing I have been left with is a lot of can't even say it, Catholic guilt. So really living authentically to me is my important thing. Which leads me on to another reason why it's really not great to let other people determine who you are. Because then you start being a player. I used to joke about this when I lived in Hong Kong, that I was something of a chameleon and I would change my persona depending on the company I keep. But really, how authentic is that? Admittedly, people see different sides of your personality depending on what company you keep and what group you're in, but the core of who you are should be the same. And that's one thing I want to make sure I don't do with all of these videos, is that I don't want to lose my authenticity. You know, I just constantly want to be congruent to myself. What I think, what I feel, and what I do, I want all of those to be in alignment. So I don't want to get swayed by popularity or do what I think will get me the most likes. I don't. I just want to be me. And so here I am, without my morning adaptogens, which have arrived, which I'm very, very pleased about. With my hair all messy, just being me. And I was inspired by a friend last night who's gone through a tough time. A similar story to me in some ways, and she was so brave, and she knew clearly what toxic people were and that she didn't want them in her life. Now, this has always been some of my struggle, because I've kept a lot of toxic people around purely because I needed their validation. I have struggled with accepting myself, so I've sought to find that acceptance from external places. But it just costs too much. You know, for the reasons I said. A, it might be someone, how do you know if someone has the same values? B, you're giving away your power. C, you're risking not even being authentic. So I just want to close it here and say thank you to everyone for accepting and loving me as I am. And I hope that, yeah, I'm still a work in progress. It's a journey for me. But I hope that one day, you know what, I'm not even going to hope that for myself. I hope that each day I get a little bit closer to my goal. And that is to rely on what I think of myself and decide for myself rather than looking for approval from anywhere else. And I hope that I'll myself realise that I'm good enough. After all, guys, 1 million likes on Facebook just won't be enough if you don't like yourself. Sending out lots of love.